The man is obviously a lunatic. It's apparent that his actions can only be described as the ravings of a madman.
Hey guys, just been working in the yard and thinking about stuff, and I thought I'd take a quick smoko and do a quick video. Just a quick life hack: when you're doing work in your yard or working on your house or painting something or whatever, I'm like listening to the Bible at the same time. Like, we got such busy lives nowadays, we don't really spend a lot of dedicated time reading the Bible like people used to before TV and the internet and screens and stuff. But you can actually make technology work for you rather than against you. When you're driving to work, when you're working in the yard, when you're going to sleep, anything, you can just listen to the Bible and yeah, it's good for you. Humility used to be a character trait that everybody valued immensely, and it was held really high in society as one of the biggest virtues you could possibly have. Now, with the oxymoron of virtue signalling, fear and anger have become virtues recently, which is confusing to everybody. Fear of viruses and anger at racism that is actually creating racism. It's bizarre. What I mean by that is people, to show that they're a good person to everybody around them, are signaling to everybody how scared and worried they are about coronavirus, because that's virtuous, because you're trying to save all the people that are going to get this virus. There's 100 things to be a lot more scared of than coronavirus. I'm sure one day a deadly virus is going to come along that's going to wipe out a lot of people, but this just wasn't it. Fear is never a good thing. Self-preservation and looking out for each other is a thing, but fear was never a good character trait, and it's never going to be. To signal to other people how scared you are on purpose so that they think you look good is ridiculous. It's the same with outrage against a generation of people that had nothing to do with the racism of their grandparents. Being mad at 2 generations down that couldn't care less if you're black or white just doesn't make sense. If you angrily look for racism under every single rock, you're going to actually create racism, which is what's happening. It's very annoying. As you walk with God, you find He breaks you down. He breaks down your pride. And it hurts, but it's a really good thing. With enough humility, you can listen to anybody talk without jumping down their throat, which actually helps you in ministry. Being able to tolerate someone else's opinion without getting angry and jumping down their throat. You can be firm without being a jerk. There's not a lot of people that I can't at least learn something from, and I'm aware of that. Every single one of us, when we die, we're going to stand before God and we're going to realise how wrong we were about a lot of things. Some are going to be wrong more than others, that's true, but every single one of us is going to be wrong about stuff. And it's going to blow our minds how wrong we were. Then we're going to see our actions because we believed a lie and be totally ashamed of them in front of God. So everybody's wrong about something. I've never met anybody that I've agreed with 100% on everything. And if I did meet someone like that, I wouldn't trust them. Don't trust anybody that agrees with everything you say. You don't want to hang out with people that are constantly arguing with you, because that gets annoying and draining, but people can have different opinions. I've got so many different really good friends, people that I really respect, with totally different opinions to me. And that's fine. And one of us is wrong, and as long as it's not an issue about eternal salvation, I'm really not too fussed about it, to be honest. I believe that the pursuit of truth is very important to us, and that we should all be searching wholeheartedly for whatever truth is. That doesn't mean that you can't be friends with somebody with a different opinion to you. I'll sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation with absolutely anybody that holds any views, as long as they're not a jerk. The spectrum of people that I've had really good conversations with is amazing. And that's not because I'm this great person who's not a jerk. That's because God slowly worked on my heart and broken me to the point where I realise, hey, I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. You get to a point searching for truth where you realise that the more that you learn, the more you realise you actually don't know. And that's humbling, and it's good for you. Spending time in nature is also really humbling and good for you. One of my all-time favourite preachers is Chuck Missler. Now, this dude was on the Council of Foreign Relations. Super evil council, like really, really evil, high up, bad stuff. I think he was on it ignorantly. I hope he was on it ignorantly. I don't know. And he's worked for like tech giants, massive multinational corporations and stuff. Very smart dude. And I disagree with a lot of the things he says. I also love a lot of the things he says and learn from it. And I can do that. So I can pull the good. I probably disagree with like 10% of the things he teaches. and I still love listening to the dude and learn a lot from him because he is a humble guy. There's a couple of things he said that have always stuck with me. One is, don't trust what I say. Check it's in the Bible for yourself. Be like the Bereans, etc. Another thing he said as he matured in his faith was that every time he learns something mind-blowing, he realizes that it was in the Bible all along and he should have taken the Bible more literally. He was also a huge Zionist and really into like scientism and science and the Bible and blended it all together. You can still take a bunch of positive stuff from him. The safest way to listen to anybody and take the good and leave the bad is to hold the Bible above everything anybody says, ever. When you first learn the Bible for yourself, just the Bible, and then you hear a preacher say something that seems to contradict what you've got just from the Bible alone, trust the Bible. Don't trust that person, that teacher, that creed, that man's book, anything. Don't trust it. Trust the Bible and that alone. Todd White's a dude that makes my skin crawl. As of today, I don't really mind watching him anymore. I just watched a sermon where he repented of preaching a false gospel and he came across very humble. I don't know if it's legit or not, but it was good. It was refreshing to see. And yesterday I couldn't stomach the dude because he came across very arrogant. Today I'd shake his hand and have a conversation with him and respect him a lot more than I did yesterday, just because I saw the humility. That's what we need to look for in people, not the show and the lights and the dazzling, how holy they say they are and all this kind of stuff. We need to look for humility in people. So find those humble people around you. They're hard to find, they're like gold. And hold on to those people in your life because you need humble people around you. People that will give you their point of view, but also respect yours. You can trust the Bible. Beyond that, you're probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. We're all probably wrong. Know that and really get it through your head that you're wrong about a lot of things. And then with that attitude, start looking for truth and asking God for truth. And He'll give it to you. And it'll usually be a slow and painful process. But pain is good. We need to stop running from pain. We really need to stop running from humility. We need to re-embrace those old traits that people used to value back in the day. We need to start reading Proverbs again. We need to read those bits of the Old Testament where God says to Job, like, who are you? And that dude was incredible, one of the greatest men that walked the earth. And God's like, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? We need that humility again. We need to realise that we're not as good as we like to think we are. That's it, guys. God bless. Pray for me. Let me know if I can pray for you in any way. And yeah, just try and really focus on humility. That's what the world needs right now. We all need it. It'll make your life easier in the long run. It'll be harder at the start and easier in the long run. Bigger the pride, harder the fall, etc. See ya.